There are few things as captivating as a prison. Fremantle Prison was the biggest and last convict prison built in the Southern Hemisphere. And not everyone who lived or worked within these walls made it out alive. Where are those souls today? I'm glad you asked. The Torchlight tour aims to put you in touch with the history and the stories of this place, armed with only a tiny torch and the witty repartee of your guide to deflect from the blood-curdling tales that you're going to hear about life behind bars. I think the next hour and a half is going to be spent finding out things I'm not sure I really wanted to know.
So this is our gun tower number 4. It's a bit notorious for being haunted. A particular prison officer had an experience here during the 1970s. And it wasn't a nice night like this, so he was hesitant to step out here. And then he started to walk away from the tower behind me here. He got about this far out and he started to feel like something wasn't quite right, you know. And he spun around to take a look inside and he sees this man in a dark coat just staring directly at him. That prison officer was later able to identify the man in the tower as Surgeon Atfield, who had served as the doctor here during the 1860s. Okay, so he refused to take another shift in the tower after the incident, and later on, about 3 months later, got himself a transfer out of Fremantle Prison for good. So there you go, you believe what you will, but it was enough to get him out of here, that's for sure.
You need to be constantly vigilant on this tour. Jumping from the upper stories was just one means of escaping this place, a common course of action for desperate inmates before these nets were installed. So was this luxury accommodation for one in Freo?
Well, it would be luxury, except it's not usually for one. You usually have 2 prisoners in a cell this size. Along with the 2 prisoners, you'd only have one of these. So come 1991, they were still using these for toilets inside the cells here.
There is something about Torchlight that makes something as mundane as a kitchen seem positively menacing. And ghosts quite literally come to life, revealing some unbelievable stories.
Me? I was in for shooting 2 cops. Came into my cell. I told them that my light globe was missing and I got a gun. I'm going to tell you where I got it from. Bang.
The architecture and history on the tour make for a good distraction from the ongoing apprehension of a paranormal encounter. And so do these. The cells are also home to some hauntingly beautiful works of art by former inmates. The one-legged artist who painted these amazing pictures continues to return here on quite a regular basis. If you do believe in ghosts, this room is said to be the most haunted place in the prison, and for good reason.
So this is the gallows. There were 44 executions here, the first one in 1888, and the last in Western Australia was only 50 years ago in 1964.
The flogging rack, the imposing walls, all the razor wire, you will see and experience enough here to both pique your interest and raise the hairs on the back of your neck. I've visited the prison during the day, but this tour at night time with my dear little torch, it plays with your mind. If you're game, all the details are up on our website. I would bring some friends because I kind of think you'd feel better if there were a few of you together.